Welcome back to O-Level Oasis. Today we're starting past paper practice for Chapter 15, which covers coordination and response in plants. We usually only get a few questions from this chapter, so we'll go through them quickly since there aren't many past paper questions available. However, the fact that questions do appear means the topic is still important, so skipping it wouldn't be a smart idea. Before we begin, the question paper we'll be using is attached in the description below, so make sure to check it out. Now, let's get started. So let's begin with paper 1 questions. Here, the diagram shows a plant grown on its side without light. Which row explains the responses shown by the roots and the shoot? So, the correct answer is C because the roots show positive gravitropism as they grow towards gravity, while the shoot shows negative gravitropism as it grows away from gravity. Next question says, the tips of growing shoots of a plant are cut off and placed on small blocks of jelly which contain no auxin. Small pieces of impermeable clear glass are placed in some of the jelly blocks, as shown in diagram X. Some of the shoot tips are divided by impermeable clear glass pieces, as shown in diagram Y. The tips are left on the small blocks of jelly with light coming from one side only. After 12 hours, the number of arbitrary units of auxin is measured in each of the jelly blocks and the means, shown in the diagrams, are calculated. To understand this, first look at diagram X. The shoot tip is placed on a jelly block, and after 12 hours auxin is found in the jelly, 14O on one side and 6O on the other. Since the jelly originally contained no auxin, this proves that auxin has moved downwards from the shoot tip into the jelly. The impermeable clear glass blocks movement, which helps show how auxin travels. Now consider diagram Y, where light is coming from one side only. After 12 hours, 20O of auxin is found on the shaded side. This demonstrates that light affects how auxin is distributed inside the shoot tip. Auxin moves away from the light and accumulates on the darker side. Evaluating the student's conclusions, statement 1 is correct because auxin clearly moves downwards into the jelly. Statement 2 is also correct because the unequal distribution shows that light affects auxin distribution. Statement 4 is correct as the results show auxin moves from the illuminated side to the shaded side. However, statement 3 is incorrect because there is no evidence that auxin is destroyed by light. The experiment only shows redistribution, not destruction. Therefore, B is the correct answer. Next one asks, what is a correct example of phototropism? So, D is the correct answer because phototropism is the growth response of a plant to light. Shoots show positive phototropism, which means they grow towards light. The other options describe gravitropism, which is growth in response to gravity, not light. Next question asks, why do plant shoots grow towards light? So, the correct answer here is C, because when light shines from one side, auxin moves away from the light and accumulates on the darker side of the shoot. This higher concentration of auxin on the shaded side stimulates greater cell elongation there, causing the shoot to bend and grow towards the light. Now here we have a theory-based question. The question states to compare phototropism and gravitropism, so we will simply write. Phototropism and gravitropism are both plant growth responses to external stimuli. In each case, the plant can grow either towards or away from the stimulus. Phototropism is the growth response of a plant to light, whereas gravitropism is the growth response of a plant to gravity.